So let's talk about other area of his life, his loving and caring aspect of his life. He was a mercy to the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this in Surah Al-Imran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. This was from Surah Al-Anbiya basically. And we have not sent you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, except as a mercy to the worlds. Except as a mercy to the worlds. So he was just not a prophet. Yes, his job was to go and tell people that, hey, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to tell you, and this is the message. No, but people would benefit from his mercy. People would benefit from his mercy. And it's just not human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, alameen, everybody included. Even the animals, all creatures that you can imagine, humans, jinns, any plants, birds, everything. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a mercy for everybody. So people would get benefited by his mercy. He's just not a prophet. Sometimes he has to make that decisions, and that when he makes those decisions, that aspect of mercy is always there. Now he doesn't have to be, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perfected him in character, he was what he was. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentions this in Surah Al-Imran, that, basically paraphrasing it, that you are merciful to people, and you're merciful because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you merciful. And because of this mercy, you are lenient, you are very easy with people. And if you were harsh person, if you had that harshness in your heart, people would have abandoned you. But because of this mercy, people love you, people stick around to you, and people accept Islam, and they are very close to you. That is because of your mercy. And that's something that we need to learn, really. When we are giving dawah, unfortunately, to people, whoever comes to the masjid, sometimes if we don't like about them something, we would just throw verses and hadith on them, haram, bid'ah, this and that. There is a way to explain to people. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. You are lenient with them, you're not harsh to them. And we also know that hadith of person who urinated in the mosque and all those things. There was a special style of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to teach people in a very nice way, lenient way. So when you want to convey people some message, if you're harsh, forget it. It's most probably it's not going to be taken by that person. So that's something that he had. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, very merciful, very kind-hearted. And also he would sometimes, when he would visit children, he would touch them. He would wipe his hand over their head. That's something that tells you how caring, how loving he was. It was not his own children, but he was everybody, whoever it was, the children, small boy, 7 or 8 years old, he would do that. Visitors also. So when people came to visit in his house, they would feel at home, basically. He would be so generous, he would be so good to them in talking, that they would feel as if they are in their own homes. And also about the incident of Hassan and Hussein, that when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was praying in Jama with everybody in the masjid, and one time he went to sajda and he did not get up from sajda for a long time. And people were thinking that probably some verses are being revealed right now, so it's taking time. But they waited and waited. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam finally got up, and at the end of the salah he said that, my son made me his mount. Hassan was on my back, and I did not want to hurry because I wanted him to satisfy his wish first. And that's really, it tells you something, when you are in salah, you are basically, you have a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, that is the most important thing that you have to worry about. Even at that time, he wants to keep a balance with everything. Yes, children is important, we will deal them later. No, that was not his case. he had those emotions for the children, and he wanted to make sure that those emotions were kept. And that's why when Hassan was there, he let him satisfy his wish. No, but unfortunately, what we see today in the masajids is it's altogether different story. Yeah, it's true that kids need to be kept quiet. Parents have to teach children that they have to behave and so on. But kids are kids after all. If you want to really give a message to people, be easy and show your emotions, show your love, they will listen. If you are harsh, it's gone, it's all over. So that's something that we have to think. Develop that emotions for children. Let children come to the masjid and let them develop that love for you and the masjid. Otherwise, kids will not be attached to the masjid. That's the problem. And one time, Rasulullah ﷺ was giving khutbah, Jummah khutbah, and he saw his grandsons, Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhu. They were walking towards him, and they were very small. They were like falling when they were coming, walking and tripping. So Rasulullah ﷺ, when he saw that, he couldn't keep it, that patience, he was out of it. He stopped his khutbah, he went down, picked them up, and he brought them and kept with him. And he told them, and he told Sahaba radiallahu anhum that he recited a verse that verily wealth and children are a trial. Wealth and children are a trial. I could not be patient when I saw my grandsons coming in my way, so I picked them up and I got them close. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him that love, that mercy and caring, and that's why he was what he was. So khutbah is like, talking about hundreds of people. Each and every second you're taking time of people, and now you see your children, they don't have to be like really taken care of and all those things. But Rasulullah ﷺ, just imagine how his loving, his care and mercy for people was. And he said, I have to take care of them. He continued the khutbah later on, but that's how he was. And also that story of he used to kiss his grandchildren as well. And a Bedouin once said that, I don't kiss my children. I have so many children, dozens of children. I never kiss them. So Rasulullah ﷺ told him that, what can I do if Allah has not put mercy and love in your heart? But Rasulullah ﷺ had that affection for people. And one final thing on this topic is that one time Rasulullah ﷺ was offering salah, and he wanted to make it long. He doesn't usually make all the time always long, but this particular time he said, I wanted to make it long. But when he started, obviously in those days also, women used to pray along with men on the backside, and he heard the crying of an infant, a small baby. He was crying, so he shortened his salah just because of one child, one infant. He said that I did not want to make it burdensome for the mother. That's why I shortened it. People would be like, this is just one kid. Come on, it's not a problem. And kids cry, but Rasulullah ﷺ was not only concerned about just one infant. He was also concerned about the mother too. That mother would be, in her heart would be like, I want to finish it and take care of my baby and also get rewards. But so Rasulullah ﷺ made it easy for everybody. So that's how he was. He wouldn't just say, he wouldn't just consider, oh, what's the benefit for hundreds of people. He would also take care of each and every individual. That's how he was. And also caring aspect, we covered a lot of in a lot of detail about why, when we were talking about why we should love Rasulullah ﷺ, that how he used to think about us, how he used to make dua for us, how concerned he was. And also on the day of judgment, when all prophets would be saying nafsi, nafsi, Rasulullah ﷺ said that I will take care of your problems now. I will take care of the problems. He will be the only way on the day of judgment to get that hisab kitab, get started and ease that moments, the tough moments. So he was overall a caring personality, and best person. I mean, anybody, if in that time, if they were to ask, who would be the most caring person in that society? If this question were to be asked that time, everybody would say it has to be Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he perfected in everything.